Nice to meet you. I'm Desiree.
Hi, Ms. Kua. Thank you for applying for the position of Business Management Teacher at Changchun American International School. Before going any further, I'd like to understand what caused you to leave your last teaching job.
I got gut-smoking ganja. You know, man. It's the life of the Rastafari. Well, I left my old school simply because I felt I could gain new experiences by going to a different one. I felt I could broaden myself, broaden my own knowledge as a global citizen by coming to a new school, meeting new people, and learning new things. And I can also give other students here my knowledge.
In what ways would a job, school like this interest you?
I don't know. Well, a job like this. Can you repeat the question again, please? I didn't hear. I would love to work at a school like this, and it interests me simply because I'm keen on working with such an amazing staff, with such brilliant students, and these facilities are utterly amazing.
As you know, this school is in Changchun, China. What makes you to think that you will be able to fit in this school smoothly?
Because I'm black? I got my PhD, and I'm better than others. Everybody else got that? I think I can fit into this environment very smoothly, simply because I've had over a decade of experience working in international schooling environments. And I've learned, in these 10 years I've been working, I've learned that as long as one is open-minded and a quick learner, anything is possible. And transitioning from school to school is easy.
Tell me about your key strengths.
I'm black. Need I say more? Well, my key strengths. I interact very well with students, and I'm usually able to relate to them very well. Maybe that's because of my age, or perhaps because I feel that a good teaching environment also provides good connections to the students. Also saying that I have very good social skills, not only with students, but also, of course, with my colleagues. And I'm very discreet. I don't like spreading rumors and so on and so forth. But I'm also just a very, in my opinion, a very able teacher. However, I do emphasize that people need to tell me when I'm doing something wrong, or I could do something better.
Now it's better.
What are your main weaknesses and what have you done about them?
Don't you worry about it. That's completely irrelevant. I have no faults and no weaknesses. You can count on me. Well, I'm shorter than Dennis Cha, but I'm taller than Otis. Well, my weaknesses, sometimes I tend to be too much of a workaholic. Sometimes I tend to make sure a job is finished, and I forget to eat or I forget to go home. Once I was even locked in my school building because I was working so long. But also another weakness is I tend to care too much about my students' info. As in, if a student is having problems at home, they're always there to talk to them, for example. Or just simple things like that. And sometimes my work life influences my personal life. Because I spend so much time at work, because I'm so involved and so committed to my career, that I let my personal life slide too. So it's a little complicated.
Can you give an example of someone who had you difficulty working with in the past? How did you manage this?
Somebody I had trouble working with? Somebody I had trouble working with. The dean of my last school wanted me to fake the grades of a student with rich parents. And I refused to do so. The student was close to failing, but he wished to get into an extremely good university. And since I didn't do so, the dean requested I was fired, and I was fired. And then I went on to the next school, and thankfully, it did not happen again.
At this school, we expect teachers to be well prepared for classes, even if this means working after hours. Would it be a problem to you?
Working after school? Are you crazy? I have to watch Desperate Housewives sometime. Well, I'm extremely dedicated to my students, and I definitely want to prepare good coursework and excellent lessons for them. But to be honest, it also depends on what is in my contract. However, I can be a very flexible person. It really depends on the situation, but mostly, I am prepared to stay after school and work.
What do you expect to find a job like this?
Money makes the world go around, world go around. I would love to pass on my knowledge to students. It's an amazing feeling of gratification. When I see that light bulb go on in the students' heads, I feel so good about myself and so good about the students. But I would also, of course, like to run my own knowledge. People, no matter how young or old, can always teach.
Do you have any question? Have a nice day. Thank you.
Is that okay?
So, do you have any question?
I'm counting my salary. How many trips home do I get per year?
One.
What?
One.
Come on, man, be nice.
Two.
Oh, come on, a woman has to go see her parents.
Okay. Three.
There are 4 quarters each year.
4. Okay.
Cut.